Good morning. That's me pretty much packed up, ready to leave Chile. Something I crossed the border into Peru today. Don't know what like to say I'm looking forward to it, but Chile's been a funny place. There's definitely a higher standard of living in some places, but it's very South American in others. I don't know if it's just been the Atacama Desert, which was quite nice at first, but yes, there's been bits and pieces, things that have happened that have dampened my spirits again. So if I set a low bar for Peru, hopefully that'll, if you set a low bar, it's never going to be as bad as that. So anyway, shut up, Billy. Anyway, right, I might try that again. Good morning. That's me just about packed up at my campsite. It's only me still. Those folk were here for the weekend. I guess they get some weekend travellers. Although they were Argentinian, so they've come a fair old way. If they were just here for the weekend, so they must have been passing through. But the couple in the tiny wee car, and that's a long way they've come. But anyway, that's up to them. So I think it's about half an hour to the border from here, and it's only an hour plus border time to Tacna. So I'm going to be at least a couple of hours, 2.5, maybe even 3 hours, depending on how quickly I get through the border and how pernickety they are. Because I thought I was just going into Chile, they bothered about fruit and vegetables, but it's here as well. I've got a wee bit of vegetables, but I'll just hand them over. Right, so I'm going away to pay. The woman was going about cleaning up after the dogs earlier on, so I'll get paid and we'll get on the road. Okay. Right, we're at the Peruvian border. Usually the trucks are all queued up, but here's the cars and a bus. See the Peru sign there. Hopefully we'll get through quite quick. I still took a wrong turn in. I kind of knew I should have taken the right hand lane, but it was so poorly signposted. And beside the right hand lane there was a sign for buses and like that, camions. So I followed this. So I thought I better not go up that way. Right, we're in Peru. All it cost me was a couple of bananas, and even then, if I'd have kept my mouth shut, I think the boy was too fussed. He probably wouldn't have checked, because he certainly didn't go through the van. I'll let this car go. So I've arrived at my campsite. There's a football pitch over the side. I don't know what this is, like a recreation ground or something, but this bit's used for camping, certainly for overlanders. And look at the green, there's trees, and I mean the surrounding landscape, as you can maybe see in the background here, it's not any drier, but Tacna itself must be like an oasis town as well. There's obviously a water source here. But yes, this is comfy. This will do me for tonight. I'll get something to eat shortly, and then I'm going to head into town because I need some cash. And there's Ubers here, which will make things far simpler for getting into town. Yes, okay. So this is Tacna, Peru. This is the centre. It's actually really nice. It's as developed as any place I've been for quite a while now. This must be the main plaza, so that'll be the big church here. Behind me is a monument. Yeah, it's a war memorial. It's a memorial to war heroes. Well, you could probably tell that almost by looking at it anyway. Other side of the church, I wanted to catch the dome. It's a big impressive dome. That's some lifelike statue of the Pope. I don't know which Pope it is, but yeah, it's a very good one. Right, I've cleared Tacna. As you can see, it's still pretty much desert. We're on that side of South America. We're on the Pacific side of the Andes, which is really, really dry. The only difference between here and Chile is the sand's a lighter colour. I think that's about it. And obviously you can tell you're in Peru now by the flags. But other than that, there's not much difference, because there's the Andes over there. I'm going to have to cross them tomorrow to get to Puno. But yeah, I managed to get my heating working last night, so I've got a campsite with electricity. so I'll get heating on. This is going to be a luxury. The thing is, I could have had my heating on Bolivia, but I hadn't quite figured out what was wrong, and in the end it was something really simple. Basically a plug in the wall that wasn't switched on. Yep, simple as that. Anyway, yeah, the desert's not particularly inspiring, so we'll get on to our next place. I'm hoping my stop's as decent as it looks in the pictures anyway. Okay. So this is weird. I've never had this before. I've passed through them. I've never been stopped. It's like a customs control, but usually get them at the border. I don't know what they're. But come on, there's I suppose there's not much stuff probably travelling illicitly on the roads. They're going to check vehicles for various things, maybe stolen vehicles and smuggling of various illicit substances. But yeah, this is just a wee checking on my papers just now, hopefully. Just had to take a picture of this greenery. There's a river just back there, so they're obviously making the most of it and irrigating the land to grow crops and things. It's a welcome change from the beige the beige drabness of the desert. Well, the scenery's starting to change, getting a wee bit more interesting than the flat desert. We're in a valley just now, but I think I'll get to the top of this hill and speak to you. Yeah, that's a bit more like it. The scenery's... I've not checked the altitude, but we're not too far up, but yeah, as you can see, we're getting back into the mountains. The scenery's just getting that wee bit more interesting. Well, these roads, certainly the road up from Tacna, I can't remember too much about the road up from Arica, but it wasn't that long, but it's been consistently well maintained. There's not been huge potholes or any sort of gaps in the paved road. The road's just been smooth and drivable all the way here, which is really good. I was reading about Peru. Peru's got one of the most stable currencies in all of Latin America. It's got one of the strongest economies. So that would help them maintain their infrastructure. Passing through another little green space, it's amazing what they seem to do here. If there's a water source, they harness it and really turn parts of this desert green, and they're obviously growing crops. It's quite amazing. There. I wonder what they grow. It's pretty ingenious how they do it, because they're so fertile here in what otherwise looks like a place where you wouldn't be able to grow anything. It's remarkable. Alright, I don't think I'm going to leave the van there. This is a beautiful plaza, so I'm going to stay here for the night. It's right beside some municipal building, so I'm guessing that's why all the cars are parked there, but I'll move forward, I think, once they go later on. It's still on a slight slope, so I'll maybe need my blocks, my ramps. There's a person out with their hose, keeping the place green. That's how you do it, I suppose. That's a cracking fountain. I'd like to see that when it comes on. So yeah, as is always seems to be the case with these places, the plaza is the centrepiece. That's the best part, or the nicest part of the town. As you can see, it's a bit more drier and ordinary away from the plaza, but it's better that. It's somewhere to come. It's a wee focal point for everybody to come. So I'm up at Mirador where they've got a big huge statue, as you can see, of the Virgin Mary. I'm a wee bit out of breath because there's a lot of steps to get here. Maybe should have given myself a few more minutes before I started filming. But it's lovely up here. They've built a really nice spot. I'll go and get this from a different angle. There's a view looking north. I'll be heading up that road tomorrow because it'll take me to Puno. And here's the front of the Mirador. Oh yeah, this is the front of the Mirador. We're not quite at the main lookout point. Plenty of seating areas, but when you're, this is obviously a sacred place, they're very religious here. So so this is the front of the Mirador. It's quite developed here. I mean, it's a dry, should be just a dry, dusty town in the mountains because everything's really dry around about it. As you can see, there's not much growing. But they've obviously harnessed the water from the river that flows through here and they use it amazingly to create this big town. They must grow food here as well. Yeah, I've got my curiosity. I'm going to read up about this place. Because otherwise it gives you the impression this place shouldn't be here. so yeah, very top of the Mirador itself. This is a view. There's two. I'm not in Moquegua. I can just see the van down there. There's two towns. Moquegua is the bigger town in the distance, and I'm guessing this is a satellite town. They're pretty much joined on. You wouldn't know they were separate towns, but it's got a different name, probably got a different identity. And there's some houses built into the hillside. Yeah, very interesting up here. There's some sort of parade coming up the hill. As you can see, it's dark now. I've got the van up on its ramps. Don't know if you can see it in the dark, but yeah, I saw the kids and stuff leaving with their stuff for this. So anyway, enough of me waffling. Let's see what we can see. This should be cool. So here's the drummers at the start of the parade. When the bass giving it a big whack. Brilliant. And the cymbals. It's not obvious what that is. I'm not sure if it's a religious thing or what. And here's all the kids with their light up banners. This is really good. Oh. Helicopter there. What's it's like a cake or something, eh? But it's still going, it's still away down the street. It's quite a long parade. It's still going on away down the street. I don't know if it's a centenary of the town or not. I'm trying to get this in focus, but I can't. Centenary or something. Some of them have got candles in the things they're carrying. Most of them are just wee lights. We're getting to the end of the parade now. Still not quite worked out what it's for, but the kids are loving it. I think it's something to do with the age of the town, Samagua. Here we go. Don't know if I can read this. No, it's definitely centenary or something. There we go. That's that birthday cake at the end. So yeah, it must be anniversary of the founding of the town or something. Good morning, that's me about ready to go. We're about the sun in the lens here, I'll come this way. It was a peaceful enough stop. I mean, it's nice. I never felt uncomfortable, just a bit noisy. There was folk moving around. Although I got to sleep quite quick. It was about 6 o'clock when everyone started moving again. That's when the noise started happening. I don't know if you can hear. There's cockerels crowing in the background. I think they all started about 6. Guess when that's when the sun started to come up. But yeah, I wouldn't stay here again. It was, unless I was passing through, which I probably won't be. The thing's going against it. Hola amigo. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, things going against it. It's obviously this slope. But other than that, it was safe and it was, peaceful enough for most of the night. So what can I say? Right. Anyway, get on the road and we head up to Puno a wee bit earlier today. So I just got fuel there, 172.85 sols. So need to work that out. Divided by 4.5, and we'll find out how much that is in pounds. But yeah, a wee Peruvian gas station. Petrol station, of course. Right, let's go on the road. Right, we're starting our ascent up into the mountains here. It's very curvy, which is quite good, better than the roads that, I guess they're not steep enough to curve, but they're just, they're a bit steep for coming down, like the ones in Chile with emergency exits, emergency lanes. But yeah. Hope this comes out okay. Some of the footage I've been taking with my camera's been pretty ropey, but yeah, there we go. There's a half decent shot. And the curve. Alright, we're getting up to a bit of altitude now. Certainly, yeah. What's surprising me is the amount of vegetation. I mean, as you've seen from some of the places I've been already, there's literally nothing once you get to a certain height, but I'm sure as we go higher it'll be less and less, but there's still a lot of vegetation, a lot of stuff just growing. It's not just bare ground and gravel. We're at about 4,500 metres just now. Other than a wee shortness of breath, I'm actually fine. It's pity about the angle of the sun. I can't really get a good. Oh, that's not too bad. These mountains are quite big. But yeah, just wanted to record that we were at 4,500 metres. Really, that's what else I want to do. The roads, even at this height, are amazing. Obviously, I'm driving on them, so that's my 40. But I've seen gangs of folk out maintaining the roads as well. So fair play to the Peruvians for keeping their roads maintained at this altitude. I mean, even in Chile, some of the roads weren't always at this standard. Or Argentina, Argentina we've spoken about before. So yeah, well done Chile. Well done Chile. Well, I don't know if you can see the steam over there. It's coming from this river. It's a hot water and a geyser as well, I think. We need to have a look. Oh, look at what it smells. You smell the sulphur. It smells like somebody's just boiled half a dozen eggs, at least. So yeah, there we go. There's the. Couldn't see the geyser for the steam. I wish I'd known about this. This was the restaurant where I had my lunch. I had a fried trout. It was actually quite nice. So I'm full up. Not much really to this wee village. It's just stuff on either side of the main highway. So I'll get on the road. Right, I don't know if my lens is up to much for some reason when it comes to live action, but that's the first view of Lake Titikaka over there. So we can... Right, I got out of that supermarket. Google, you got to watch Google. Getting out of Puno, it took me. Puno's on a hill, basically on the side of a hill, and Google took me straight up, and I mean straight up. The angle was what, 50 or 60 degrees, and I'm not kidding. It fairly got my heart racing, so I had to get off that. And then the right turn I took, it was a bit more level, but they dug up half the road, and the guys on the other side, the guys that were digging up the road parked their car in the middle and on the free lane, so he had to reverse up. But give him his due, he reversed up no problem, so I got past, and that's me just getting back on the main highway now. Oh dear, that was interesting. I didn't really have to go to the centre of Puno, I don't think. I just caught that huge supermarket. Oh, there we go, Lake Titikaka. And I thought, I got that, saw the big that supermarket, and I thought, well, I'm getting to the stage where, because I've had to do without so many times, and it's been hard getting stuff, I'm getting to be a wee bit of a hoarder. I'll need to get out of that. But I went there, did need 2 or 3 things, so I got them. So I've got plenty to keep me going. I won't need to go shopping tomorrow on my birthday, put it that way. Okay.